Hey guys, today I have something a little different for you. So we're not gonna be doing a reformer workout, but we are gonna be doing a reformer box workout. So if you have a reformer at home, most likely you do if you're on this channel, okay, then you have your reformer box. Grab that, that's all you're gonna need today. Today we're gonna focus on a lot of balance work through the lower half of the body. So, more of a lower body workout. We're gonna find that core connection the entire time because all the movement's gonna generate from the core, but we're gonna give that upper body a little bit of a break. We're gonna use the upper body today for that cardiovascular endurance. So those arms are gonna be moving, so you'll get some nice mobility work going there, but really gonna find the fire and the shake through the lower half, okay? So fire's an understatement. Those glutes are they're gonna burn. But it's gonna be a good, amazing burn. So one of the biggest complaints I hear from clients is how their balance is so tough to work on and how frustrating it can be and how it deteriorates as you get older, and that is the truth. It does tend to start to go out the window. So it's something we really need to focus on as we age to keep that balance intact. So this is a great workout for that. We're gonna focus on a lot of single leg work with centered work on both legs in between and to start to give those legs a little bit of a reset. And as we work, I'm gonna give you cues that you can really focus on to kind of find that balance and let your body relax, because the tenser you are and the more you lock your joints, the harder it's gonna be to balance, because we want those joints to be pliable and moldable as we try to balance through this work. So I'll speak to that as we get working. I don't wanna talk too much now. Grab your reformer box. Again, if you don't have a reformer box at home and you don't have a reformer, you just can grab a Plyo box, a bench, a stool, something nice and sturdy because we're gonna be standing on it, okay? All right, so grab that box. We are gonna start up on the box. You're gonna take those feet nice and wide. Now, if you're on a Plyo box or a stool of some sort, you're probably not gonna be able to go this wide, so I'd rather you start on the floor. If you have your reformer box, I want you to go the width of the box. Toes are turned out at a 45-degree angle. Okay, we're gonna start with those arms long and low, palms facing in, and we're gonna take a squat. So on your exhale, we're gonna reach those sitting bones back for the rear side of the box, and then we're gonna inhale as we lift. That belly button draws up and in as we reach those sitting bones back. Now those sitting bones are the center of the glute, so I want you to find those bones in the body and think of that intentional reach from them. That reach is gonna allow the torso to tilt forward. And in that, tilt is important because we wanna think about those ribs staying stacked over the pelvis as we squat. Okay, so find that in the body. Now we're squatting today on top of the box instead of a plie, which I would normally do to start this, because everybody's height's different. And I'm really short, so a plie on the box I could do, but anybody who's taller than 5 feet on this box would not be able to keep their knees behind their toes. And I want you to make sure right now that those kneecaps are tracking behind your toes, but in front of your ankle. Okay, both kneecaps, don't be afraid to look at your feet. Both kneecaps, okay, are falling in between the big toe and the second toe. They're tracking right there. Okay, and we're thinking about those inner thighs spiraling up and out as we reach back into that squat. You've got 4 more. I know there's a lot to think about already. Last 3. Good, last 2. On your next one, you're gonna hold it right here. Again, those arms up and overhead are gonna add to that cardiovascular endurance today. We're gonna take a little pulse right here. So, intentional pulsing. I don't want you to just pop up and down. I want you to focus on those sitting bones right now, center of the glute. We're gonna pulse down and up, right from those sitting bones. So what's happening in the body, the bone rhythms that are happening as you pulse right here, those sitting bones, they narrow towards the middle of your body as you lift, and they broaden as you lower. So I want you to feel that sensation in the body. The more you can start to focus your mind on this movement and find that feeling that I'm talking about, the deeper you're gonna get into this, and just so much stronger. You want this work to make a difference, right? To mean something. We don't just want to be up here popping up and down, okay, and letting the quads take over because they're your global movers, right? And they're ready. They're always ready because they're big muscles. We want to focus on all that connective tissue firing. You're here for 8 more pulses. Last 7. Good, you got 6. Whew, hot already. Last 5. Good, you've got 4. Last 3 and 2. On the next one, you're gonna keep your squat nice and low. You're gonna bring those arms down, and now we're gonna find a diagonal reach up to the left. So on your inhale, we're gonna reach, point the right big toe. Okay, keep it connected to the box, reach through those arms. Exhale through center, inhale to the right. Exhale through center. So I would call these plie jumps, okay, if we were on the floor and we weren't squatting, okay? But these, I'm gonna call these just today diagonal reaches. So I want you to find that long line down the side of the body, lengthening out of the waistline. So you wanna think about the ribs picking up out of the pelvis, finding that long length. That's why we inhale, right? Because we get that internal length with the diaphragm dropping. We're finding that deep squat in between. And this move right here is meant to up that cardio, okay? So your heart rate's gonna get up. That's a good thing, getting warmed up right here. We've got 8. Last 7. Good, you've got 6. And we're not gonna let those ribs flare. We're gonna keep the biceps in front of the ear. 5. Last 4. You've got 3. Last 2, and last one, we're gonna hold that squat one more time through center. Bring those arms back up and overhead, and let's find that intentional little pulse again, right from the sitting bones. Tiny little lift and lower. Can you feel your sitting bones get closer together as you lift? Can you feel them broaden or get farther apart as you lower? I want you to feel that right now. 8, 7, 6, 5. We're gonna move on to single leg work. In 3, last 2, last 1, and bring it all the way up. Give it a little shake. Come down to the floor. I'm gonna step off to the right side of my box. Okay, I'm gonna face my box now. My left foot is gonna come on the box. All right, so from here, we're gonna start with a lunge position. So my right foot is gonna take a nice step back if I don't fall over first. Left knee is in front of my ankle, but behind my toes, and it's tracking with big toe, second toe. So start there. Nice flat left foot. So I'm gonna talk a lot today about the connection under your big toe, pinky toe, and center of the heel, okay? That little triangle, you wanna keep that connection solid. That's gonna help with your balance and help with that knee alignment. Okay, here we go. So those arms are gonna come up and overhead as we step up to the box, tap the right toes, come back to your lunge. Lift and tap, and down. Lift and tap, and down. So it's a full weight shift, okay? Weight on the box, weight between the box and the floor, okay? So you're stepping fully up and down. Again, arms are coming up and overhead for a little cardiovascular. I think I'm gonna switch those arms. So we're gonna start taking an oppositional reach. Right arm is up when you're down, left arm is up when you step up. So let's take those arms and we're gonna scissor them. So they're doing a little something different. We're focusing on coordination and balance. You've got 4. We're gonna stay up there. In 3, last 2, and last 1, and stay up there. Okay, now, my right, I'm gonna get a little closer to the front of my box. My right foot's gonna stay there. I want my right leg to be able to hang off the side of the box, or the front edge of the box. Now, from here, we're gonna take a little dip. So we're gonna start with our hands on our hips. Both ASIS bones at the hip shine forward, okay? You've got the guidance of the box for the inner line of your right foot. My left knee is gonna bend, and lift, okay? Bend and lift. So I'm starting with a guide, right? My right foot, inner line of my right foot is sliding up and down the box. Okay, so that gives me a little extra support. We are gonna lose that, but right now let's use it, okay? And start to find that connection through the left foot, through the sole of the left foot. Ground that and feel where your weight is shifting. Is it shifting to the inside of your foot? Is it shifting to the outside of your foot? Try to level it out, okay? You want sternum over pubic bone, so we're staying nice and tall. You're looking straight in front of you. Find a spot to focus on, okay, so that balance, you've got a little guide for those eyes, because that's a big part of your balance as well. All right, hang on, these little tiny plies. You've got 4. Hip bones stay level. We're not reaching the big toe for the floor. We're just bending the left knee. 3. Good, last 2. Feel the heat in that left leg already. Good, on your next one, you're gonna hold the left knee bent. Now, that right leg is gonna sweep forward, point the toe, right leg sweeps back. Sweep it forward. Again, we're sliding against the box. That's giving us a little guide. Okay, that left knee is still tracking with big toe, second toe. Okay, it's okay if it's coming in front of the toes. It's only slight. Okay, and I want you to stay tall and upright. Both hips stay level. And I want you to feel that left inner thigh lifting you, stabilizing you. Okay, you've got a lot of energy pouring down the outer line of the body, under the sole of the foot, and back up through that inner thigh. Hold it right here, little sweeps. Last 4. Good, you've got 3. Just keep breathing through this. Last 2. Good, and last sweep forward and back. Now, holding the leg straight under the hip, we're gonna hinge. So my arms are gonna come long and low. We're gonna reach those arms forward as we extend our left leg. Right leg reaches behind us. Good, and then come all the way back up. So now my left knee is not really bent anymore. It's soft though. Okay, it's not locked out. Woo, there we go. Okay, and I want you to find that long line hinge. Find a place for your eyes. Find a place for your eyes to focus on, and just reaching that leg back, that right leg back as you reach the chest towards the floor. Okay, and we're holding a flat back, so those shoulders remain down the back body, part of why we're lifting the arms up today as well. I want you to make sure you're not rounding through the shoulders. Last 4. Good, you guys. Last 3. And I'm not gonna lie, I've done this a few times, so my legs, they're toast. So if I start to wobble and fall off the box, don't mind me. You just keep doing a nice job and listening to my cues and ignore my wobbly self. Good, you guys. Woo. On the next one, you're gonna hold that hinge. Okay, so I want you to find a place for your eyes. Here we go, hold, hold, hold. I want you to feel the inner thighs come closer together, okay? That's gonna help you find your midline. Eyes are on the floor, shoulders are square, hips are square. Right from here, we're gonna pull the knee forward. Okay, so we're gonna pull the knee and the elbows in, and then we're gonna extend back to that hinge. Okay, we're gonna pull the knee and the elbows in, keep the back flat, and then take it back out. Good, back doesn't change. Tailbone is reaching far away from the crown of the head, so you have a nice long low back, and we're just pulling the knee, using the core, whoo, there I go, using the core to pull the knee, okay, and then extend. That right psoas muscle that runs along the spine connects to the inner thigh. Okay, we're using that to pull in and out. You've got 4. Now, if your left toes are gripping that box, let's relax them. Last 3, because then the calf is gonna overgrip, and it's already feeling it. I know you're feeling it. Last 2. Whoo. One more pull, one more pull. Pull the knee and the elbows in. Now, from here, you're gonna find your hinge one more time, lengthen out, and we're gonna stand tall. We're gonna lift all the way up, nice and controlled. Now, my right knee is gonna come forward, hands to prayer. Okay, right from here, little bend of the left knee and a lift. Woo! Little bend of the left knee and a lift. So a little, I don't know what we call this, crouching tiger. No, we're not really crouching. Flamingo, I'm not sure. But that right knee is straight off the hip. You're making a 90-degree angle with that right side. Okay, we've got the hands in prayer for that midline. Last 4, that left leg should be shaky. Last 3. Whew. Last 2. And last 1. Whew. and come all the way down off the box. Give that left leg a little shake. Whew, I know it was burning there and that whole leg felt it. Now we're gonna stand in front of the box for this part. So you're on the floor. All right, legs are gonna come wide again though, toes turned out, so more than shoulder width apart. We're gonna do that squat again, but this time we're gonna tap the box, okay? So getting a little bit lower. So on your exhale, same thing. I want you to think about ribs over pelvis. Exhale, reach, tap the box with those sitting bones. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach and tap. Inhale, lift. So again, thinking about that reach with the sitting bones first. The torso tilts as a result of that big reach. Your knees come in front of the ankles, but behind the toes. And those kneecaps track right between big toe and second toe. You're finding that full foot connection again. I know that left side is super exhausted. Okay, and we're gonna hit that right side next, but stay right here. Whew. Just those squats, just tap in the box. Last 4. Little reset. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. And last 1. And you know what, let's take one more. Take one more because I want you to hold it down there. All right, now right here, you're gonna tap, hover 1 inch. Tap, hover 1 inch. Now if you're not tapping the box, if that's just too far for you today, that's fine. I just want you to find that pulse, 1 inch up and 1 inch down, okay? Whether you're tapping the box or not. That box is just a little tactile cue for the body, nice little thing to focus on instead of that burn through the legs, okay? We're a little bit lower than we were when we were standing on the box. So you're gonna feel those quads a little bit more and those glutes a little bit more. You're here for 6. Whew. Last 5. Good, you've got 4. Don't let those toes peel up. Last 3, keep them connected to the ground. Last 2, and last 1, and come all the way up. Ooh, and give it a little shake. Ooh, the lower half is getting it today. Okay, come to the other side of your box. Right foot is gonna go on the box now. So you get your right foot up there, all right? We're gonna find that nice lunge, okay? So again, you want the right knee bent in front of the ankle, but behind the toes, tracking with big toe, second toe, so find that alignment. You're on the ball of the left foot, okay? And those arms are gonna take an oppositional reach. So left arm forward, right arm down. We're gonna find that step up to start. Okay, so on your inhale, step up, switch the arms, exhale, come down. Up, switch the arms, and down. Good, inhale, exhale. So this is where we're starting to find the connection through the sole of the right foot. Under the big toe, under the pinky toe, center of the heel. Find that triangle, because we're gonna focus on that triangle to hold balance on that right side. Okay, arms going, we've got that cardio up. Should feel that heart rate right here, which will slow down a bit when we start to go into that balance work. Okay, you're here for 8. Whew. Last 7. You've got it. Let that weight shift. You've got 6. Last 5. Good. You've got 4. Core is tight. Pulls you up. Last 3. You've got 2. And last 1. Stay up there. Okay, now you're gonna come a little closer to the front edge of the box with that right foot. That way the left leg has a little tactile sliding guide. Okay, now we're gonna start with those dips. So bring your hands to your hips because I want you to make sure that those hip bones don't unlevel themselves. Like I don't want you doing this, okay? I don't want you to cock the hip. I want you to keep the hips nice and level. Okay, so right from here, we're gonna exhale as you bend the right knee, slide the foot, inner line of the foot down the box. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Okay, so I'm already focusing on a point with my eyes. That's gonna help my balance. I'm thinking about that sternum over pubic bone, okay, and holding the chest nice and tall. That way the core is connected. Okay, we're not gonna lose that. We're gonna draw that belly button up and out between the shoulder blades. Good, and finding that lift from the core. That's why we inhale right here. Exhale as you bend. Solid foot connection on that right side. Think of that triangle. Okay, it is tough, I know that. Okay, and I know your body's probably like rolling all around right now, that ankle's rolling. Okay, but the more you do this, the more all of that's gonna start to change. All right, so we want to give ourselves a chance here. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself on this workout. I know balance can be really frustrating. Last 4. Good, you've got 3. I've had clients throw props. I had the whole bit. Last 2. Whew. On the next one, you're gonna hold the right knee bent, okay? Right from here, that left leg gets to sweep. So it's gonna sweep forward, point that left toe, and sweep it back. Sweep it forward, and sweep it back. So you've got a guide for that inner line of the foot. The nice thing about the guide, okay, is it's keeping that left leg under the hip, which is gonna help us stay connected to the midline and not overly shift our weight into the right leg. Okay, we've got the weight in the right leg because that's the one standing on the box. All right, but I don't want you to tilt your body. I want you to stay center. Hang on. You've got that little slide. I know the right leg is already starting to burn. We've done quite a bit of squats. All right, hang on. You've got 6. Last 5. Take it slow here. Good, you've got 4. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. Last 1. Okay, now right here, we're gonna take that leg under the hip and we're gonna start to find that hinge. So we're gonna take the arms long and low and we're gonna straighten that right knee that was slightly bent as we hinge forward, flat back, arms come up in front of the ear, left leg reaches long, and then we're gonna hinge all the way back up. Whew, take it slow. And then maybe tap the inner line of the left foot on the front edge of the box. Okay, that's gonna help you find that midline connection again. I'm taking this side slow because for some reason, even though I'm right-handed, and I always thought my right side was stronger, it is my wobblier side for sure. So I'm gonna get a little more quiet on this side so I don't fall off the box in front of you, right? I've gotta pull it together. Okay, now watch those right toes, the ones on the box. They're gonna wanna grip for dear life, which is gonna over grip the calf. Okay, and you're gonna feel a lot of tension right there. Mine's already gripping a lot. So if you need to take a minute to shake it out, that's fine. Okay, it's not bad to feel it. Okay, we are strengthening it. That's the burn through the calf is a good thing. All right, we've got 4 more hinges. Hang on to it. Whew, here we go. I'm starting to fall, right? Last 3. Don't be afraid to take a second, okay? Good, let's go for 2 more. 2 more. Good. I have a love and hate with this as well. So, whew, and come back through center. All right, guys, so we're gonna take that hinge. Okay, and on this hinge, you're gonna hold right here. So now we're gonna find that knee pull. So again, focus on that connection through the sole of the right foot. Okay, keeping the back flat. We're not gonna round the spine. We're gonna pull the elbow and the knee into center. Both elbows pull, one knee, not the other knee, not the standing leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull the knee and the elbows in. Keep reaching that tailbone away from the crown of the head. Okay, exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. So we're using the core to pull that left knee in. That's the psoas muscle. It runs along the spine, inner thigh to the spine, middle of the spine. Pull. Inhale, lengthen. You've got this. Hang on to it. I know that leg is shaky and burning. You've got 4 more. Pull. We've just got that standing plie. We're going to pull that knee forward. In 3. Woo, here we go. Lengthen out. Last 2. Good. Inhale. Right, just when you think you got it, right, then the wobble comes. And lengthen. Good. Now right here, we're going to stand tall. Slide that inside of the foot against the front edge of the box. Hold. Pull that left knee forward. Hands to prayer. Okay? So that flamingo-ish position, okay? That left knee is in a right angle in front of the body. Okay, the knee is straight off the hip. Now we're gonna do that standing plie on the right leg. It's a bend, extend. So this is where we're gonna focus on that energy, running down the outer line of the right leg, under the middle of the foot, up the inside of that right leg, through the inner thigh and into the pelvic floor, low belly. Exhale, bend. Use your inhale to lift. Good, standing plie on that right leg. Doesn't need to be humongous. Okay, I'm taking a soft bend, maybe 2-3 inches, and then extending back up. You've got 6. Whew. Last 5. We stretch after this. You've got 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Find that connection. And last 1. Bring it all the way up, whoo, and come down off of that box, guys. So we stretch now. Intense balance work, okay? That's about 30 minutes. You did it, okay? I know it's not always pleasant. I have quite a love-hate relationship with that whole kind of sequencing, but it is so amazing, the strength and the balance work you get out of that. So you'll be grateful. Keep doing it. It's a good thing to come back to once a week, honestly. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of stretching. So standing, facing the box again. We're gonna take that right leg since we just finished with that one, and I know it's feeling a little bit of a burn still. That right heel is gonna come on top of the box, okay? Now, we're gonna take those arms up and overhead, and we're gonna find a hinge. So right from the seat crease where the leg meets the hip, we're gonna hinge forward with a flat back, and I don't want you to lock your right knee out, okay? So I don't want you to hang out in the joint. Keep that right knee very soft, okay? And we're gonna reach down. Once you've hinged as much as you can, you're gonna allow yourself to round down towards the box, folding over that right leg, and you get a nice stretch all the way up from the ankle, up the back line of the leg, calf, hamstring, into the center of the glute. Hold it right there. Keep shifting your right hip back and your left hip forward so they're level. Last 4 and 3. Last 2. Good. Keeping your hands on the box. We're going to fold that right leg into a half lotus, so it's going to bend in front of you. And I'm going to sit my right hip down on the box. Okay, so I've got a half lotus, right knee is bent in front of the body. My left leg is hanging out back there behind the box. Okay, and I'm just gonna allow myself to fold over that right leg. Okay, finding that pigeon stretch. You can be on your hands. If this is enough stretch just facing the leg with that hinge, stay there. If you feel like you want to go deeper, come down to your forearms. Okay, if you can go deeper than that, just let your forearms fold inward and let your head come down towards your wrists. Hold it right there. Again, still pushing that right hip back away from the body. Last 4. You've got 3. Last 2. Good, coming all the way back up from center. We're gonna switch. So that right leg's gonna come behind us, and we're gonna start with that pigeon stretch. So left knee in front of the body in that half lotus. Right thigh facing the box. That right leg is hanging out back there. We're facing that left leg. Okay, you can keep your hands on the box with that slight hinge, or you can fold down to your forearms. Good, if that's not enough, come to fold those forearms inward and bring your forehead down. Just lay the chest down on that inner thigh. Hold that stretch right there. Feels really good all the way up from the back of the hip, through the glute and down through the thigh. Inner thigh as well. Last 4. Good, you've got 3. Last 2. Good, and from here you're gonna come back up to those palms. We're gonna come into that hamstring stretch is really what it is. So you're gonna stand facing the box. That left heel is gonna be on the box now. Foot is flexed. Okay, that left knee is not locked into the joint. You wanna keep it soft. We're gonna bring those arms up and overhead, and you're gonna hinge down over that left leg, keeping the back flat as long as you can, and then you're gonna allow yourself to round down over that left leg and hold that stretch, sending the left hip back and the right hip forward. Hold, hold, hold. Keeping the left foot flexed is going to allow you to get into the back line of the leg so much more. Hang on. Last 4. Good. You've got 3. Last 2. And on your inhale, you're gonna come all the way back up. And last and final stretch, I'm gonna come into the front of the box. You can be anywhere on your floor, but we're gonna take those feet nice and wide again, and we're gonna do an archetypal squat. So you're gonna allow both knees to bend, inner thighs open nice and wide, and those elbows come to the inside of those knees. I'm in front of the box, so the box is kind of stopping me, but if you wanna be away from the box and come real deep as you can in your body, that's great. Okay, so come nice and low. And once you're down there, allow yourself to shift side to side. Now I've got my hands in a position where one hand is in a fist and the other hand is kind of cupping that fist. And I'm creating some resistance for those inner thighs to work against. So my elbows are pressing outbound into those knees. And I'm getting a nice stretch from the inner thigh. Good, nice stretch through the hips. This is nice mobility work as well. My shoulders are down and back. This is our last thing. We're gonna take our final little roll up in 4, little sway side to side, last 3, last 2. Whew. Coming all the way up. Keep those knees soft. Stay folded down over those legs. Just kind of walk them in so that those legs are now underneath your hips. My knees are gonna remain soft. I'm gonna allow my head, neck, and shoulders to just relax and just hang. And on your inhale, we're gonna round and stack that spine all the way up to standing. Your head is gonna be the last thing to roll up, scooping that belly button up and in as we go. Whew. And you are all set, guys. So again, like I said before we started that stretching, this is a great thing to hit once a week, okay? Even if you can't do the full sequence, but you can just do a little bit of work on that box, that single leg work, and there's all kinds of different sequences. I'm sure at some point I will do another one like this. It's not always fun, but that balance is so important. And that shake, you're gonna notice it so much more because all that connective tissue gets to fire through that balance work. So nice job today. Again, if you have questions for me, please leave your questions below the video. I always answer them. It may take me a little bit, but I always get back to you, I promise. You can also find me on social media at Jess P Fit. It's the same name, so I'm really easy to find, and I get back to people that way as well. If you liked this video and you enjoyed it, maybe you didn't enjoy it, love it, but if you felt like it was good for your body today, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every week. I also have a live Zoom reformer class that happens once a week, so if you're interested in that, please reach out and I will get back to you, and have a wonderful day.